May any and all gods bless the dinosaurs that died to make the fossil fuel that was treated to become gasoline in the car that took a mother to the hospital that gave birth to these beautiful developers. I have a severe gambling addiction that affects the people around me and need to seek immediate professional help. This game allows me to worsen that addiction. Like if Balatro, buckshot roulette, and mouthwashing had a baby and it came out handsome. Balatro's alcoholic, distant cousin who shows up to family gatherings in a 1970 Ford Thunderbird. 99% of people stop right before they hit it big. Don't let that be you. The Wheel of Fortune in Balatro says 1/4, but is actually 1.5%. The 666 in CloverPit says 1.5%, but is actually 1/4. 666 is 1.5% by default. Team Fortress 2 Unusual Unbox Chance is 1%. I get 666 more often than an unusual. Is 0.5% that big of a difference? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. I'd sooner give myself testicular torsion than pull that godforsaken lever one more time. 10 out of 10 game would recommend. Great game, finished easily as I am already gambling expert. CloverPit, where I can gamble away my sanity instead of my savings account. 10 out of 10 cheaper than Vegas. Bought, downloaded, started, took a gambled my money away, and died. Can't wait for the Meta Quest release to fully embrace this masterpiece and have a one-to-one replica of my life. Recommend. I just hit sevens jackpot and then 666 immediately after. Just took 70,000 from me. Bought game, downloaded, repeatedly used the toilet. Gamble away all my money on slots. Get threatened with death to collect my debts. Find pieces of a corpse in my drawers. Sit at my PC. Boot up the game for the first time. I said, into my microphone, if I get a 666 now, I will leave a negative review. Soft locked the game by taking a dump as I was dying while I had the Ankh equipped. 10 out of 10. It's like Balatro and buckshot roulette had a baby. It gives you huge dopamine hits when you run good and really intrusive thoughts to keep playing when you run bad. Very great value for money. Feels wrong saying that on a game about gambling. Fixed my drinking problem by replacing it with a gambling one. Gambling roguelike that unexpectedly gets harder the more you play, due to most items you unlock being bad and/or niche, diluting the pool of actually good stuff. However, I'm glad there is no real money involved, because if you knew how many times I lost, I'd lose all my savings and my house. 10 out of 10, send help please. It's like having 10 luck in Fallout New Vegas, except instead of just kicking me out of the casino, the game just kills me when it feels like it. I lost my job, I lost my car, I lost my house, I lost my wife, I lost my kids, I lost everything. But you know what I didn't lose? This crippling debt. Roll the slots. Lemons out of 10 real-life simulator. One day my friend asked me to lend him $1,000 for a 100% sure bet. After shoveling it clean into the machine's till, he asked for more, then more, and more. He convinced me the fault was the player and led me down to the dark basement of his house where a terrifying slot machine stood like an altar. Its screen burned with devilish colors, beckoning me closer. It glowed so fiercely it pulled every scrap of my attention toward it. And I didn't notice the filth everywhere, the bloodstains, nor the toilet reeking of in the corner of that gloomy room. Closer now, I felt my soul lift as I never had before. A sensation like first love, only multiplied. I felt butterflies in my stomach, and they truly were butterflies. The clever reader will guess, though, that what actually took place was a metamorphosis. The caterpillars of thrill turned into a ravenous moth that would go on to devour my soul along with all my savings. Enraptured by the sight of the one-armed bandit, I didn't even hear the metal door slam. In that moment, I became a slave to the demon hiding inside that infernal machine. that chthonic thing whose lever had been tugged by more than 100 hands, struck down my will, conquered me, and would not let go until I had lost not just everything I owned, but lost myself. I pulled the lever, and I pulled it again. I yanked that metal rod more often than I had toyed with my manhood through all of puberty. Hell, through my entire life, a life ultimately cursed by the machine. I pulled, and every payout I shoveled right back into it again and again. When my arm could no longer rise, I turned and saw a phone. It was ringing. An unknown voice, all grinding metal, uttered something inarticulate, and I felt that something had changed. Looking around, I found artifacts scattered on the floor. I gathered a few and arranged them by the slot machine. There were posters still hanging nearby, but I barely glanced at them. I was gambling again and began to win more often. The machine started spitting out wins that grew exponentially. Once more, I could not resist the tide of endless gambling. And yet I lost. The one who had once been my friend laughed somewhere up in the rafters, and then an abyss opened beneath me. I only hope my bones will at least be of use to the next generations of miserable wretches who, like me, give in to the lure of the gamble.
GG's, boys! You guys are straight trash, but that's okay. Thanks for the game, and I'll see you guys next time.